Suresh Sir, thank you for being on our podcast.
Welcome.
It's a pleasure because when we were having coffee, you emotionally touched the nerve on the struggles that you've gone through and the way you've come up as a CFO.
Yeah.
You've consulted with many companies, you worked in many companies, now you have your own practice.
Yeah.
We'll get into all that. Like any good podcast, I want to talk about what led you to taking BCom. Why did you choose that as a career path?
Yeah. Thanks, Vishal. And thanks to BCL for organizing this. And I would like to share my experience so that it will help all the kids who would be listening this. So my journey in life was very tough in the initial stages. I had lost my father when I was quite young. And for our family was going through a very tough time in meeting the two ends. And that is the time when I was passed out of SLC and then getting into sales stream like any of my friends and family. And one of our family friends advised that getting into commerce stream will help me to get into earning more quickly. Because those days we used to write accounts to small businesses, etc., and earn part-time jobs, etc.
So you were what, in the 12th standard then? Or 10th?
I was just 10. I was just getting into PU. So I applied for a PU science, and then he made me to get into commerce stream, change my stream itself with advice. So that piece of advice put me into the commerce stream.
It's very interesting. I want to take a moment to say, perhaps also because of your financial situation at the time, science education is expensive unless you are talented or get scholarships, right? And the man who told you to do this, he must have realized that the hardships that your family is going through and that you had to earn, your brothers were younger and you had to earn for them. And that you had to change. How did you take that when somebody comes and says, you can't do this, you got to start earning? How was that feeling for you?
See, actually, those days, unlike the kids today, we were not of information age. We didn't have any information of what a science could be, what a commerce could be. If somebody like a well-wisher said, you do this to help you in this way, we believed that. Because the trust and the relationship was so good those days, actually. And he advised, I just blindly took it. And as I took, as the luck would have it, I realized the potential of commerce and started getting into higher studies.
Okay. What was that turning point? Let me, instead of calling it a turning point, what were those early lessons that said, okay, this can be my career? Before we get into the turning point, what were some of those lessons that you learned that, yes, this can be a career?
See, now I completed commerce in PU. I was about to get to BCom. So like anybody of my friends, I was waiting for my college to open and apply the same college for BCom. And I had also applied for BCom stream. Those days, as I said earlier, the families used to, neighbors and all, used to live like a cold friends and relatives.
Yeah, it's a very close community.
Close community. And they knew what we were, what they were, etc. So one of my tenants' relative had come to their house. He was in an advanced study of his CS. And I still today call him as my guru for my professional courses because he said, Baz, you'll be wasting your time if you are going for a BCom full time. You join an evening college. Mornings, you start studying, come to our CF firm. He was in a CF firm there. He said, I'll tell my partner, you come there, be there as a paid assistant. You see what the different world is. And that advice made me to change and come into the stream of professional courses.
Okay. Now, what is even more interesting is you also wrote banking exams.
Exactly.
And you got a banking job, but in recruitment.
Yes.
I now want to go to the turning point of your career, the time, because you could have remained in that bank and it would have, and with the pay commission hikes, you could have had a decent life.
Exactly.
Good in Indian middle class life.
Yeah.
Well taken care of. You could perhaps become a branch manager.
Those days, like today's software job, those days bank job was like a
gold.
Like job, actually.
It was really, and you stay there only for 9 months. And we're talking about a very powerful public sector bank.
Yes.
And to give that up in 9 months, you take that risk. and you say that, look, this is not what I want to be, because you're in recruitment. You had studied ICWA,
Yeah.
right, at that point of time.
Yeah.
And you realize that you could be doing a lot more with your cost and accounting works knowledge, right?
Yeah.
That shift that you did, must have been the riskiest time in your life.
I agree. That's the biggest decision which I took on my own. Until then, it was all the others' decision which I just carried out. But that particular decision, when the family needed my earnings most, and I had that say well-settled job, I had to take that hard decision that my goal in life could be something different, because by that time I had completed my ICW Inter, and I had seen some of my fellow professionals, how they have grown, how they are contributing to the companies, and the level of the working and the knowledge they had compared to a bank job, or I was in a recruitment section, like I said, which is totally unrelated to what I studied so far.
Yeah.
So I said, this is not the thing for me. I just left and then got into further studies of myself.
And you actually quote your mother as being supportive. You get a gift from the bank, an iron box, and she joked about it, saying that how, you ironed out your life or something so fast that you resigned.
Yeah.
But she was supportive.
Very supportive. My mother was supportive all along. She's the main God for me who made my life today.
So what about people around you at the time? Did they deter you, saying, why are you taking this break? You took a 10-month break to figure out what to do, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. So I took 10 months break. I finished my finals of ICWA, then got into industry.
Yeah.
It was a very hard time. But that hard time that people around gave me, because they never understood what are all these courses means for a person. Today they realize that the benefit of the decision which I made.
Did you enter manufacturing? Because back then, kids have to realize that there was no software.
Yes.
Right?
That's
correct?
It was only late 90s when
Yes. So what did you join?
So I joined a company, the Forest Group, which is mainly an engineering company, as you said. And that was the first industrial experience. So I came to know what the industry is, how different is the perception we have from a professional course than on the realities on the ground. And I started matching and trying to live up to it. But then again, I felt uncomfortable the way that company was.
Okay, and you had to move out.
Yeah. I moved out and came to a company called BML, which is public sector. So there again, I had exposure for a bigger company.
Yeah, it's a huge company.
Yeah, very huge company. So luckily I was all through in Bangalore. So I was placed in Bangalore.
It's interesting. At this point of time, a lot of the kids must realize Bangalore is growing. It's a small city, it's growing. A lot of people start investing in Bangalore.
Yeah.
You have done you've been an advisor to software firms. You've been an advisor to Quest Global, which is it's a manufacturer as well.
It's an engineering services.
Engineering services, right? How do you transition as a finance person? You also worked in very respected old brands like Kirloskar. How do you start making these shifts? Because as a BCom student, I've been stating this. One is the skill that you can learn in compliance, accounting, finance. You have the power to understand where is the economy going, where is the company, from micro to macro.
Exactly.
All that knowledge. And you made those shifts. The Kirloskar move was a very good move in the 90s.
Yes.
What were some of the skills that you learned to say that, yes, I'm ICWA. You're also studying company secretary.
Yeah.
How do you build a career path? So,
yeah. So just one statement I would like to make as a listeners. Today I went through a good quote which said, through the winds of change, sometimes you find your direction.
It's true.
So for me, like average stay in a company is about maximum 5 years.
Yes.
I kept moving on.
Yes.
And a lot of people, because we come from the old ages where a lot of people used to stick to one job, like
35 years
or something, spend their whole life in Aram say settle there.
Yes.
But for me, I was seeing, as you said, that there are opportunities is coming in. If you don't get into that, you will not grow. So I was changing the job. So one of my friend or the evaluator said, why are you changing jobs so often? And one of my relatives also used to joke with me. Whenever I meet you, I must ask you which company you are in now. So frequently they said you keep changing.
Actually, it was very looked down upon that you're changing companies at the time, right?
Even the companies were not looking well and the family were not. But I was clear that if I don't keep changing, I will not grow. And that made me a big change for me in my life.
And you were changing for the right reasons.
Exactly.
The knowledge is one thing that you could add value to these companies. And 5 years is a good stay.
Exactly.
Right? So that is what you said. I give my all for this company for 5 years
Yes.
and then move to another one.
Yeah.
How did somebody guide you on that, or did it just come naturally?
No, it came very naturally to me. See, that major decision of me moving out of a bank job
Mm-hmm.
and getting successful in a professional course and setting on my life on a professional area had given me a big confidence.
So we always talk about, in this podcast, we say that commerce students should communicate well.
Exactly.
But you are also saying that you should learn to network and move
Exactly.
to new places, new avenues.
Yeah.
That's a
Change is constant, like I said earlier. So if you don't adapt for the new things which are coming in, you want to remain dormant. If a job is good, people, environment is good, you say this is done, then you are done. If you have to move up in life and grow, you will have to make sure that open up your antennas always. Keep learning what new thing coming. For me, like I said, from an accountant job, I came to a CFO role. By moving into these companies, I'm learning new tools and techniques of accounting and finance management.
So according to you, what would be the 3 skills that commerce students should possess?
See, first thing is listening. We as Indians, like we were speaking earlier, lack listening capabilities. We must listen. Whoever it is, even a kid is saying something, there is something to learn. That is attitude we should develop. Then only you will be able to develop the listening skill. Second, adaptability.
Yes.
Because as a BCom student or as in a finance is like a generic job, right? Where the entrepreneurs will expect you to do all and something.
Yeah.
So if you to go thinking there as a finance manager that you will not be asked to get a cup of coffee in a board meeting, you're wrong. You will have to be prepared to do that to please the board members and to make sure they are comfortable, because board plays a greater influencer for the running the company to make them comfortable. So you have to be adaptable for change and you must be prepared to do anything, everything.
Okay.
The third thing is that the new tools, new techniques which are coming in has to be adapted and you have to be open for it. Then only that overall growth can help you.
Let's talk about the techniques. So listen well, adapt to changes, because company is very dynamic.
Yes.
And today's companies are even more dynamic.
Yes.
And the last one are the techniques. For the techniques, would you say is your knowledge?
Not just knowledge. The adaptability that brings you with the networking, as I said earlier, will get you the things that are coming up in life. So like, for example, now today people are saying BPO jobs will go up because the AI will take over.
Yes.
So now there are n number of our BCom students in BPO. Guys then start learning on analytics because that is the job which cannot be taken over by anybody else. AI. So then you leave your mundane job, routine job, start adapting yourself, how to monitor that AI tool which is bringing in. Like for example, in Quest Global, when I started, there was no ERP. So we started implementing the Oracle Financial, and I led that particular initiative. One of our group members who was a BCom student team member, he started learning the tools very much. We, along with the technicals who were implementing, to make the nuances of adaptability of the tool for our requirement. So he became a technical guy monitoring the tool for the company.
So amazing point. So the technique is now using the tool for your benefit.
Yes.
Not becoming a victim or becoming a servant to the tool.
Yeah. See, if you keep sitting back and blaming that it came and took away my job, then you will be erased. You will be down to the corner and you will be nowhere.
Yes.
So then you must see it is coming, then what should I do?
Yeah.
And then only you will be able to take it.
So next question, we talk about overcoming challenges.
Exactly.
And by now the students watching this would have figured out that life itself is a challenge, because you said you lost your father when you were 12.
Yes.
That is a terrible moment. You overcame those challenges. You overcame setbacks in terms of what to study. You had to figure it out on your own. Yes, you were right that we have to surround ourselves with people who will guide us, and then you have to listen and take your own decisions, right?
Exactly.
So when you take up BCom, a lot of the children say that, hey, we took it up because we were not good at science. That itself is a challenge for me. You should not think like that.
Exactly.
Second challenge is, you said techniques and the tools. There is AI. Your teachers also may say AI is replacing BCom.
Exactly.
So how will my students be ready for the change?
Yeah.
What are these? How do you overcome challenges? How does a student today think about these challenges, and how do they remain positive?
The one top level head of the top, head of the top of the head message that I want to give you guys is that don't think your college education or a degree provides you everything for life, because life is larger than just your degree. So along with when you study your degree, see what is happening, like the BCL Foundation, this a particular mentor for kids.
Yes, sir.
There are a number of tools and resources which are available. Start listening to those master classes which is conducted. The experts come talk there. And there are enough avenues in your own town and cities where something happen. I used to attend Nani Palkiwala's budget speeches every year.
It was big back then.
Yeah, very big.
Very big.
It used to happen in the banquet hall in Vidhan Soda. I was not understanding too much of a budget, but if you just sit there, the type of people who come there, the way he speaks, you'll pick up so many things.
And you decode the budget completely.
So it is not that.
So you went with your own interest.
Exactly.
So that means they should have interest to overcome the challenge.
Exactly. So if you don't just develop that interest and then start looking around and just stick to one thing, we are redundant.
But we are in a very challenging time.
Very dynamic.
Very dynamic. But the BCom student is relevant.
Yes, exactly.
In many ways.
So I was telling Pawan just now that
yes,
BCom and finance guys required all across the industry. Like an engineering, you may suit in one particular industry or a type of industry and not many others. But BCom finance, that also was another proud for me when I was doing BCom. And like somebody asked me, boss, I am fitting anywhere. Like HR or finance guys, they required all across.
Because fundamentally you're handling how the world works.
Exactly.
It's money.
Exactly.
And from money comes governance.
Yes.
From money comes also how do you scale.
It is the lifeblood of a business.
So that's what you're managing.
Yeah.
So that's true, right? So you would say that they have to think like that?
Yes, they have to. See, another big tips for you students is that think big always. And the way I am able to sit here and chat here for BCL's my mentor for kids is because that I said I left a bank job because I was feeling uncomfortable and then thought that I will do something better. And today I'm able to do that better because I knew that something better with these courses can happen. So if you pursue something like that, go to those experts, find out where it is. Today with your fingertips, you know who is an expert around you.
Yeah.
Go to them, meet them.
Yes.
Talk to them and understand what they did different and how they were able to. We all, like he said rightly, that came from a very, very humble background and a very poor background, so to say. But we were able to build it up to the stage today we are in because we were able to foresee what is going to happen and how we were able to build our own story with that.
This is brilliant. And going back, this is something important. I'm sure a lot of people will be thinking classroom and real world situations are two different things.
Yeah.
When you were younger, again, you listened to somebody who said, don't just go sit for 3 years.
Exactly.
They said, morning, you come and sit with me in my firm, understand how this happens.
Exactly.
Study in the evening.
Correct.
When you say study, you went to the school or college.
Yeah.
How important is that for BCom students? I wish lecturers watching this, I wish politicians or decision makers, policy makers, pardon me, they listen to this and say, yes, BCom needs real world situations.
Exactly.
That is the only time when we are relevant, right?
Yes, I agree with you.
How would you suggest that they should do that?
Yeah, see, particularly the BCom students, like I said, that I know that today some of the colleges make your academics itself very tight, etc. But try to carve out a time for your own development, personal development, like communication, like the new tools, like I said earlier, learning about them and talk to people. You know, I know that every material may not be available on the internet or some of them may be fake.
Yes.
So, but then go to people because it will experience people like me will be more happy to spend time with you guys and tell you what is happening in the real world because day in, day out, we see what is happening in there. So don't expect people to be given, to give you everything on a platter. Like your parents might have been already giving you.
Isn't it ironic? We are living in a world of so much information.
Exactly.
But students don't know why they're doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't it?
Because I think this generation, post our all generation, post 90s, I would say, everything is made easy for them. Because earlier, in our times, even 2 square meals and a shelter would have been challenged. Today, that is guaranteed.
I remember Just slightly digressing, you know that there'll be power cuts.
Yes.
Yes, so you had to study before
Yeah.
6 to 8:30 power cut happens.
And there used to a time when we used to sit with the Petromax and read because our
Yes, I remember those days.
I can't.
I've read that. I've done the same, sir.
Yeah.
So isn't it? So you're saying that they need to have real world situations.
Yeah.
Please, but they should discover that.
Yes. You have to discover your own. See, when you discover something on your own and do, the joy of doing that and the confidence that you get to do better things is something amazing. Rather than when it is given to you on a platter or a ready-made thing.
I want to know, you yourself didn't have mentors, but you listened to people who knew.
Exactly.
And you said something very important, that students, they should discover themselves. It's not an excuse to be quiet. Nothing will be brought to you.
Exactly.
Right? How important is mentorship, sir? You also said, I mentor people.
Exactly.
And you also run 2 foundations yourself.
Yes.
How important is mentorship, and is it something that you want to do?
Yeah. So mentorship plays a very important role for the current generation, I would say, because right or wrong, they have everything in a platter today and they're brought up that way. So nothing wrong in it. But don't carry that same mentality for your future. Okay. Up to a stage, it will guarantee your life. But beyond that, what? Your parents are getting aged and you have to get into earning mode.
Absolutely.
So then what you have to do? So you have to start thinking that soon after PU, you have BCom classes right from first day of your BCom. Just don't stick to your college curriculum. Right?
Yeah.
I used to go to the CFO in the mornings, work as a paid assistant, attend the college in the evening, and study for BCom, and parallelly study for my ICAA. So during this course, I realized that I know better than what is being taught in BCom.
Yeah.
So for BCom, that becomes the child's play there. Because for me, I had a larger learning than what I had.
Yeah.
So that's why, it goes back to my earlier point where if you think big and low things much more than what you really require, that you can play around.
Okay. By the way, guys, watching this, don't think that, all of you are so serious. But life is serious. You have to earn. You mentioned people.
No option.
There is no option. That is the only way you can stay competitive. But I'm sure you would have read books that you like, or I'm sure you read newspapers. I'm sure you also would have gone out with your friends and played sports, badminton, maybe cricket. You did all that.
Cricket, gully cricket.
You did all that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So when Sir is saying all this, I'm sure he's not saying that, it's only books 24 hours. You did get time to do other things.
That's true. But another important thing which saved me life, and today to see me at the age of 62 like this, is yoga.
So you did find activities to do.
Yeah. So physical activity is a must today, which is lacking with the correct.
Yeah, because watching TV or phone.
Physically fit, then you can do whatever you like, actually.
Yeah.
So basic discipline has to be there. For a student,
absolutely,
discipline is the must.
Absolutely. Firstly, the discipline of why you took the subject, respect it. The discipline towards your body and mind. Amazing. So, but it's built into our DNA. All of us got it out of duty.
Exactly.
Which is what we are taught.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
But the challenge today, like you said, is everything is available on a platter. Please don't get into the trap, is what you're saying.
Until stage is okay. But beyond PU, you will have to start thinking what is your future.
Why did we lose that, sir? I think one generation missed that bus.
Very much, yeah.
Because I remember everybody in the old days, including my mother, I told you she worked in a bank for 38 years. She knew after the 12th that I have to be there for the family, I have to take care. She had a lot of responsibilities. How did we lose it?
I think one I can straight away attribute top of my mind is about the people started so busy in making money after 90.
Because economic expansion.
Exactly.
Yes.
They lost family time.
Absolutely.
See, if you compare your mother and our parents' time,
yes,
there is a fixed time job. They used to come back home 6 till 6:30. You could actually see the clock when they set the clock when they used to come, because exactly by 6:30 they used to be there. But today it is not like that. It is endless. Weekends. If you ask anything, they don't have any time for the family as such.
That is dangerous.
Yeah. So that is one reason which I see could be the reason why there are.
And that loss of community.
Very much.
You remember, we're all like, our neighbors included, all of us used to interact. Fantastic time. And I hope the kids understand the need. Your community is not on your social media. Your community is at your...
It is not the virtual world you live in.
Correct.
It is the actual world which you have to face when you grow.
Okay. One advice. See, you've been successful. You've set up for Quest Global, which is growing. You have your own M&A advisory firm.
Yeah.
You advise several companies.
Yeah.
You're now independent. You're an entrepreneur.
That's
How do you manage that?
Yeah, see, the confidence builds over time as you grow and then take up new challenges. So, and my career, I shifted career not just because of salary, because the new challenges I used to get in the new job. So, as I grew and as I got exposed to MNCs, traveled across the world,
Yeah.
and like ESOPs, which was never heard in India, with the software companies coming in, ESOPs came in.
Yeah.
I was the first to introduce the ESOPs in 2 companies. Even in Quest, I introduced the ESOP scheme as such and built it over the period, saw 2 exits and 2 introduction of new PEs. A lot of people made money and all of them came as if I gave them the ESOP because I gave them only the scheme. The promoters, they would get their money and then give that money bounty to the people. And they realize the value of that paper.
That's beautifully said. Kids watching this, see the goal, the finance person in Sir has enabled this company to raise money from outside, help the entrepreneur create wealth,
Yes.
distribute wealth as well. There's nothing greater than that, right?
Yes.
So you're proud of that, sir.
Very proud. Very proud.
So this is what the kids can do.
Yes.
They can set ESOPs up. By the way, we'll do lessons on ESOP. Please watch our LMS to know these programs that we're doing. Sir, yes, there's an LMS. What would you say that for students watching this, right? By engaging in LMS, let alone ours, there are many. And we are a foundation, of course. It's free for you guys. If you're watching this, it is free.
I agree.
Why do they think they can learn about these things by watching LMS and then they should combine this knowledge by coming to CA firms and saying, okay, we want to learn and spend time. It's not money. Just because you're coming, they don't have to pay you money also, right?
Exactly.
Because you're a college student.
Yeah. See, that is one lacuna of days today because everything is measured in money. Because there are certain values beyond money, which today's kids have to understand. So like you rightly said, that forget about money initially stages. See, early stages, I have worked for various companies with 1,000 rupees salary, etc. But that particular learning that we didn't miss in those 1,000 rupees is which brought us today here. So over the period of time, you start LMS, good tools available at your, instead of seeing some social media, reels, etc. Don't waste your time on those things. They are all useless. Start looking into some knowledge building courses, value building courses, and networking along with it.
Yeah.
And these kinds of software like platforms like BCL provide such a good opportunity, which I came to know just now with the interaction with various experts, etc., which is very easy, made to you, again, given to you on platter to continue your parents' situation.
Absolutely.
So make best use of it and then gain. It is just available. It is just people have to make use of it.
So I know that you're also a generation that wants to like, subscribe. If you like what Sir said, please like and subscribe.
Please.
And Sir's not going to stop there. He's mentioned that he can train you people. So you ask questions, he'll come and do a master course for you, a master class. You guys call it a master class.
Yeah.
So again, like and subscribe. Sir, I have two more questions for you. You obviously, if you go back to your younger 20-year-old self and you had to give one piece of advice to that younger person, what would that be, sir?
I think today the children are wasting a lot of time on their laptops and mobiles.
Yeah.
So they have to cut it down strictly. So the discipline, like I said, is a must. And because I did a professional course, being very disciplined, waking up at 5 o'clock every day, making sure I'll study for about 9 hours. I used to set my clock. So if I go for a break in between for lunch or something, I used to must time out, and that was made up in the evening.
So it's great. So no regrets. So you were thinking right.
Exactly.
Because there were no distractions.
Exactly. So once you set up a target for yourself, adhere to it completely, like our old age marriages, not today's marriage.
It's like an Instagram. Let me not go there, but it's true. It is so unfortunate.
Yeah.
But kids, this is a serious topic. I know Sir and I laughed at it. Don't make your life a short-term goal.
Goal-oriented.
Even short-term goals have to be 1 year, 2 years.
That's true.
Right? Not 1 day, 1 hour.
That's true.
Right? It's an interesting time that we live in. What next for you, sir? Your kids are you educated your kids, being a BCom student, studying company secretary, ICWA.
Yeah.
You've gone on to give them a great life.
Yeah.
What next for you? What do you intend to do? Because India is growing.
Exactly.
The great economic expansion is happening.
Very much.
Would you like to mentor more students, or would you like to mentor more companies? The role of startups. I keep telling BCom students that go join a startup.
That is where we learn,
right? May pay less, but if you keep your expenses down, your learning will be
exposure.
So what are your pieces of advice to these kids?
Yeah. See, today I have reached a situation where whatever I do is philanthropy kind of a thing. So I want to just be as a consultant to be abreast of the new things coming in the business life, not to make money.
Yeah.
So because even today I'm open for learning.
Yeah.
And that is what makes us to grow. And as a philanthropic initiative that my mind is to today, like I said, I would like to be part of BCL.
Thank you.
Do the mentorships.
Thank you.
Try to bring in maybe some funding for the initiative.
No, thank
very good initiative.
No, really,
I appreciate.
Thank you so much for that.
And like I said earlier, I had countless few colleges try to talk to become students, commerce students, where how they can build up their career. There will be small doubts here and there, ifs and buts. We clear that out, make their career, and help them whatever they want to bring future leaders.
Yeah.
Because industry, like we were speaking earlier, want people, good people, but they are not getting.
Yes.
Trying to import from other places.
Yeah.
But our own Kannadigas don't come up.
That's true.
That is the people are expected. You would have heard so many times some of the even Mr. Narayan Murthy has spoken once saying that our Kannadigas don't live up to our expectation.
Yeah, they don't work hard enough.
Yeah, exactly.
He said, I remember.
So why
please don't take this negatively.
Yeah.
He's meant it in a very, he wants us to work hard. Simple as that. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
With a man who's built a
empire,
billion-dollar empire, multi-billion-dollar empire. Yeah.
Exactly. So it is tag which we have to come out.
Yeah.
If you have to come out, you have to be more disciplined, live up to the expectancy. Today, a businessman has a business idea. He wants to make that successful. His mindset 24/7. See, if you see a promoter or a founder of a company closely, you will know. I have fortunate to see them. And their life, they even forget their family and then keep 24/7 time for their growing the business. So they're so closely embedded.
The business is their family.
Yeah.
Like you said,
their life actually.
Quest Global, 20,000 people. That's his family.
Yeah, exactly. So when that is so, you will know what we are actually called the HR, finance, are called as supporting function or enablers to be more sophisticated, enabling function. What you have to do, you have to enable the business. So you'll have to see what they're seeing because their thinking will be 10 years ahead.
I'm glad you said enabler and not a bureaucratic function, not just bookkeeping.
No.
Enable. Make that business grow.
If I have a CFO, I am enabling that business idea to grow with my finance ideas and my experiences. It is not that I command, no, this is not possible, this investment is not possible, don't do. I can't say that. I'll have to make sure and understand. Rather, business people, they will have aggressive.
Yeah.
We must make them what the risk involved, educate.
Direct communicate.
Exactly.
Communication, pardon. Yeah.
Educate and then bring home the point. So it is the function which, so you'll have to prove yourself as a value to the company, as an enabling value to the company and to the founder, then only you are valued. Once you are valued, then you will have to keep learning, bring the best practice industry, help them in growing. You will also go personally along with.
Sir, this has been a phenomenal conversation and you have said such kind words about us. And, my final question to all your students is, ask yourself, what makes you relevant today? It is certainly your belief in yourself.
Exactly.
It is that belief that is going to carry you forward.
Exactly.
Sir, to summarize this podcast, you said, don't become victims of the tools. Enable them for your company, for yourselves. You should have the knowledge to advise people. Exactly. And that comes with experience.
Yeah.
Take time. Continuous learning.
Yeah.
And please don't give up your hopes. I know kids watching in smaller towns may think that this is going to be difficult, but please try. Sir lost his dad when he was 12, but he was able to carry forth his knowledge with just basically he wanted to not just survive. He also to prove a point that I can stand on my own feet.
Exactly.
On that note, guys, enjoy this podcast with Suresh Sir. Suresh sir, we'll get our students to write to you. Please come back and do some masterclass.
More than happy. Yeah.
And we are happy that we get to discover these nuggets. We call them golden nuggets. These golden nuggets should inspire many hundreds of children.
Sure.
And those children should tomorrow become advisors for many other companies.
Yeah, that's true. They should be able to come to take the master classes here.
Yes, that is the goal, guys. And thank you. Check out our, obviously it's a foundation, it's free courses, our LMS or learning management system. It's called mentorsforkids.in. Please like, subscribe. If you've enjoyed this podcast, do share it with others. And we'll get more people like Suresh sir, CFOs, experts in finance and industry to come and tell you how they made it. And I hope you make it too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.